Khamzat Chimaev's coach Andreas Michael addressed MMA fans saying that Khamzat was exposed at UFC 273 versus Gilbert Burns. Khamzat was accustomed to running through his competition in 2 rounds or less until he ran into Gilbert and was forced to fight a full 3 rounds. Although Andreas agreed that it was a poor performance by Khamzat, he said that all the greats became better from moments of adversity, and it's ridiculous to think that he was exposed because he knows how good Khamzat really is when he doesn't deviate from a game plan. He used Mike Tyson, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Islam Makhachev as a recent example. Andreas said, "It's like Tyson when he first went 12 rounds. Everyone was like, oh my god, he got exposed. What did everyone say when Makhachev got knocked out? What did everyone say about Makhachev? He's one of my favorite fighters, you know. They're not saying that about him right now. What did they say about Khabib, for example, when he fought against Tibau? These are great fighters, but it's how you handle adversity that shows that you're great. Not every performance can be spectacular, but you pull off the win anyway. I absolutely don't think that we lost that fight. That was a clear win for us, but it was messy. When people see a destructive performance that he's giving every time to a little more close performance and not picture perfect, then all of a sudden it becomes, oh, he lost the fight." Jon Jones was rumored to be facing Stipe Miocic at heavyweight in July. In a recent tweet, Jon confirmed the news and now says that Stipe won't be peaking until sometime in September and he'll be waiting. Jon said, "Stipe is saying that he will be at his absolute peak in September. I'm disappointed but patient. I want the heavyweight GOAT at his absolute best. I'll wait until September. No excuses." Henry Cejudo continues to claim that he'll be ready to make his return to the UFC in 6 months again. He jumped on Twitter and said, "I met with the UFC brass last week, and all I can say is I have some interesting options, whether it's at 135 or 145. Aljo Lame, TJ, Holloway, or Volkanovski. I'll be ready in 6 months. Until then, I'm watching closely." Aljamain Sterling responded, "I'll be patiently waiting." Chael Sonnen jumped on his YouTube channel to give us his opinion on Francis Ngannou making an appearance inside the ring alongside Tyson Fury after his KO victory over Dillian Whyte. Tyson and Ngannou set up a fight between one another in front of the world, leaving many wondering how Dana White felt about the situation, since Francis is still under contract with him. Dana and Ngannou have been having contractual disputes, and according to many sources, Ngannou only needs to wait to the end of the year to be released from his contract. However, Chael doesn't agree. According to Chael, UFC contracts don't just expire like the media leads you to believe, as Chael was once a fighter under contract by the UFC and says that his didn't work that way at all. Chael said, "I would imagine that Dana probably felt betrayed. He probably had his feelings hurt. He would never tell you. He'd probably tell you he was pissed off or he didn't care at all, but he probably was betrayed a little bit." Francis Ngannou was there watching Fury. Francis knew he was going. Francis is under contract with Dana. Did Francis's team let Dana know he was going to be there? That he was going to get in the ring for somebody else? That this was going to be broadcast around the world? Because when Francis got in there, the announcers were already queued. Those announcers knew, and they knew to sell it. This is going to go as smoothly as both sides want it to go. I don't know what Francis's contract is in full disclosure, but I know what my contract says, and I know what everybody else who fought at the time I was fighting said, because they were boilerplate. You just changed the fee, you changed the execution dates, and you inserted a name. In my case, Chael Sonnen, and I had what everybody else had. Those contracts do not just expire the way the media has led you to believe. The media has led you guys to believe that at the end of this year, I think it's December of this year, Francis is free to go. That's not the contract I had. And finally, we haven't seen Nate Diaz compete since his loss to Leon Edwards at UFC 263 in June of last year. Since then, he seems to have been having trouble finding a fight and continues to struggle, as he jumped on Twitter and said, "I've been trying to fight everybody and no go. What's the holdup, UFC? I'm not fighting Connor. He sucks. I'll fight someone. Quit slow rolling me, please. Thanks." As always, guys, if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button for me. If you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date. Thanks for watching.